Released the same day as Space Invaders is Championship Lode Runner. The first Lode Runner was a huge hit on the Famicom, so naturally Hudson Soft ported the sequel. This looks and plays pretty much exactly like the first Lode Runner, only it's much more difficult. In fact, at first glance, this game looks virtually impossible. Only the expert Lode Runner player can really figure this out. Whereas the first Lode Runner seemed to be sort of running around avoiding the enemies, this game is a lot of time working on puzzles. For example, that little pile of gold dust right there appears impossible to get without trapping yourself on first glance, but through a clever combination of erasing blocks you can get to it. Championship Lode Runner is loaded with traps and dead ends. It is ridiculously easy to find yourself trapped with no way to get out, and a lot of the solutions are not really obvious. You can select different stages up to stage 5 when you first start playing the game. Later stages require a password. Here's an example of the typical puzzle-like levels in this game. You can't seem to get to any of those piles of gold dust without trapping yourself, and when you try to walk over to the right, you trap yourself immediately. And then the enemies come and get you, and there's no way out. On the other hand, if you simply walk over and peer onto the ledge, the enemies won't come and try to get you. Championship Lode Runner does have an option where by hitting the start button you can use the D-pad to move the camera around the room, as we did just a moment ago. So what's the solution to this? Well, you need to lure the enemies down to you by going down one level. Now as you can see they're advancing towards the pit. Once they've all fallen into the pit, you can safely cross over them. So if you've completely mastered the first Lode Runner or are looking for a bigger challenge, by all means give it a shot. Everyone else should probably steer clear, as this game will frustrate and confuse you to no end.